Secrets and the Silent Witch Volume 1 Review. Monica Everett is one of the 7 Sagis, the most powerful group of mages in the world, but she is unique among her peers in that she has mastered the art of casting spells without uttering a single chant. One day, a fellow mage enlists Monica's help to protect Prince Felix and his prestigious academy without the prince knowing at all that he's being watched. With her low profile and ability to cast magic with no words, as well as being close to the prince's age, but she seems perfect for the role. But there's one problem. Monica is extremely shy. It's why she learned how to cast spells without words, because she's too nervous to speak. Will her extreme shyness get in the way of her mission? Secrets in the Silent Witch manga is an adaptation of the light novel of the same name, which is a lovely Demelsa covered previously. Both are licensed by Yen Press. The adaptation is handled by Toby Tana, who was credited for this series only and nothing else. Toby does a good job at captivating Tana Fujimi's original character designs. The titular witch is full of detail, and very new character who is introduced also pops out with attention lavish and their clothing and facial expressions. The world she inhabits also feels full of life, with every set piece from Monica's cabin to the school-looking this thing live in. As for the story itself, the manga does a decent job at setting up the world and the mythology, having us follow a side character at the start, as a dragon starts torching the town and having an outsider's perspective on the witch herself. The readers will have some preconceptions about Monica in the rated blurb at the back of the book, but the common folk see her as cool mage, due to her being able to handle giant beasts without uttering a single word, and then living silently like an action hero. It's a nice opening that simultaneously introduces the world and its relationship to magic, as well as setting the stage for why Monica is irreverent as she is before we officially met her and realize that she's the opposite of her perceptions. The story quickly sets up the main conflict, Monica going undercover to the school to protect the prince, with the main backstory to hide her identity. The sent to her place within the school is a clever plan that makes us for her special ability, whilst also putting our heroine in a situation she's not familiar with. It also struggles a bit with the lore dumping. We get one scene where we met the student council, with Prince Felix being in charge, and lots of names and titles are thrown in the reader's face. The same goes for the teachers and our students. There's so much thrown at you, it is possible to memorize them all. I don't know if it was better delivered in the light novel, or just a fault with the manga version, but the issue just about scraps by to introduce an internal conflict with the crew that plays alongside Monica's Grim with a supposed outsider, presumably a mage trying to harm the prince. There's a very large cast in action here, and the relationships between all the different characters that could play out very well in coming volumes, but right now, the first volume seems to try too hard to introduce everyone and get to the main story, without realizing that the reader isn't going to absorb it all in one go. As for the main character, Monica, I felt a little conflicted about her. When you introduce a character who is so anxious about speaking in public that she tries to learn to use magic without chanting, which is stressed to be extremely difficult to do, then I'm expecting Komi Shoko from Komi can communicate levels of social anxiety, but we don't get that, whilst Monica is nervous about talking to people, except for her cat familiar. There are examples of her, while stammering, able to talk to others, even new students in the school. I'm not saying that there's only one way to express a character with social anxiety, but Monica has a scene later in the book, where she literally chatters and whilst talking about something she's passionate about, numbers and equations. But when it comes to chatting about spells, something she's also passionate about, she can't. Again, maybe it's explained better in the light novel or later in the manga, but the scene seems inconsistent. She's a cute character, don't get me wrong, just contradictorily written this early on in the story. Secret of the Silent Witch is a beautifully drawn manga and the story shows off a lot of premise. But the lore dumping and the inconsistency in the character writing left me unsure of its premise is early on. Hopefully, the next few volumes pick up the pace and capture the light novel better. 6 out of 10.